Hey everyone, it's me Dennis again here with the MNC. That's right, the Midnight Cry. Hey, I got another story here for you, from CNN. Dinosaur tracks from 113 million years ago uncovered due to severe drought conditions in Dinosaur Valley State Park. But before I read that story to you, I have to do this. I have to remind everyone out there to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment, share this video, because that's the whole point of why we do these videos, is to get souls saved. Amen. To talk to people about Jesus. And you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Rumble. All right. Now, let's get to the story. What do you say? Okay. Dinosaur tracks from around 113 million years ago. Now, I just want to stop right there and point out the fact that I'm a young earth believer. I only believe that, just like the Bible says, 6,000 years. We're right around 6,000 years. About to go into 7. Anyways, let's continue. Dinosaur tracks from around 113 million years ago have been revealed in Dinosaur Valley State Park in Texas. Right up the street, not too far from me. I don't live too far from this park. Due to severe drought conditions that dried up a river, the park on Monday in a statement. Most tracks that have recently been uncovered and discovered at different parts in the river, at different parts of the river in the park belong to, man, I'm probably going to destroy this. Let's see here. It's a Acrocanthosaurus. I'll put it up on the screen. Anyways, hard word. Anyways, here it is. Kind of looks like a T-Rex to me. They go on to say that this was a dinosaur that would stand as an adult about 15 feet tall and weighed close to 7 tons. Kind of looks like a T-Rex, but not quite. Anyways, let's go on. Other species that left tracks behind at the park in Glen Rose, Texas, was Sauropostodion. Once again, here it is. Excuse me. Hard to read words. Big words. Let's see. Anyways. Which would be about 60 feet tall and weigh about 44 tons as an adult. See that long neck? See that long neck right there? Hey, you remember the movie Jurassic Park? You know, when they first arrive there and they're riding on the Jeep going, it's one of the first ones that they see, the one with the long neck, and they stop to look at it and watch them eat the leaves off the tree. Let's go on. This summer's excessive drought has caused a river in the park to dry out completely in most spots, revealing the tracks. The latest long-hidden secret recently exposed as bodies of water have dried up due to drought conditions across the globe. CNN, they got to interject this, climate change thing into everywhere they can. Let's continue. What do you say? Under normal weather conditions, the dinosaur tracks in the riverbed are under the water and filled with sediment, which makes them less visible. Being able to find these discoveries and experience new dinosaur tracks is always an exciting time at the park. I hope you guys these are the pictures of the new tracks that they found. They just found new tracks out there. And like I said, this is not too far from where I live. I've gone to Glen Rose. I'll talk more about that later on. Let's continue real quick. Meanwhile, the tracks are expected to be buried again as rain is forecast. Boy, did we get some rain this week. Needed too. Boy, I was starting to worry about my front yard. Now the grass is starting to come back. I actually had to mow the yard this morning. Let's go on. It brought about the wonder and excitement of finding new dinosaur tracks at the park. All right, new dinosaur tracks at Glen Rose Park. Let's my personal testimony is, I didn't really go to public school. I went to a Christian private school, and once a year they would take us to Glen Rose. We'd all load up on a bus van and we'd drive out to Glen Rose, Texas, and look at the dinosaur tracks. The cool thing, which I find funny, CNN didn't mention nothing about these tracks. I'll go over here in just a minute, but they actually have dinosaur tracks with human foot prints in them, in the same layer of dirt. It proves that man and dinosaur walked together. Was the whole big thing behind this discovery in Glen Rose, Texas. But I'll get more into that here in just a minute. Let's see. My notes here. It says that the first dinosaur track in Glen Rose, Texas, was found in 1908. Let's read about some of these things. This first one is called the Tyler Trail, a series of 14 human footprints with at least 134 dinosaur tracks in the bed of the Paluxy River near Glen Rose, Texas. I've been there plenty of times. My wife took me there for Father's Day 3 years ago. Took me there. That was my Father's Day gift, was going there and looking at the dinosaur tracks. The next one is a recently discovered series of 15 human footprints on the upper Tyler platform in the bed of the Paluxy River near Glen Rose. The next one is Royals Track, a human footprint across a dinosaur footprint about 30 feet from the Tyler platform in the bed of the Paluxy River near Glen Rose, Texas. See, the footprint is going across the dinosaur footprint. Hope you guys can see that well right there. The Morris Track. The Morris Track was found by John Morris in the bed of the Paluxy River, downstream from the Tyler Trail at the Daltree site. While some of the details eroded over a period of months, when it was first discovered, it was described as virtually perfect. Burdick Track, a human footprint from across Branch, a tributary of the Paluxy River near Glen Rose, Texas. The New Mexico Track, one of several very shallow but almost perfect human tracks found in the mountains of New Mexico and Permain, supposedly before the dinosaurs. Okay, I've forgotten this, and this one goes outside of Glen Rose. They have this, and then this one right here, the Large Cat Track. Just as devastating to evolutionary theory, this large mammal track is from Cross Branch, a tributary of the Paluxy River near Glen Rose, Texas. All right, and then once again, here are the tracks, and then just so you can get, here goes an overview drawing of how where the human footprints and the dinosaur footprints lay over each other right there. It's on the Glen Rose, the state park's official website. That's where I got all these. This is all on there, and then that's their little drawings of how the human footprints and the dinosaur footprints go together right there. And this picture here for you guys. Alrighty, let's continue. let's continue. Now, I want to talk about Richard Dawkins. He's a famous atheist. He's from England. He teaches evolution. He's a let's see here. Richard Dawkins, best known for being an atheist and a critic of creationism and intelligent design. He's most famous for writing the book The God Delusion. Here it is. I'm sure a lot of Christian apologists probably know this very well. But did you know that there's a tie between him and the Dinosaur Tracks in Glen Rose, Texas? You know, because he's been there. They interested him enough that he couldn't help himself, and he too had to go there. Simple Bing search. I got this on Bing. I Googled it. Richard Dawkins destroys footprints. Boop, this is first pop-up. Richard Dawkins. All anyone knows for certain is that Richard Dawkins found the human dinosaur footprints important enough to fly his way from Europe to Glen Rose, Texas. At some point later, after the Richard Dawkins visit, human footprints present with dinosaur footprints dramatically changed overnight. He damaged them. Now, see, the idea was he went there, he studied them, he brought this big old crew in with him, and he studied them, and then people were saying that, hey, he got one of his little cohorts there that was helping him as he flew back to England to go and try to destroy, because he couldn't find anything to disprove these tracks or prove that they were fakes. Because these tracks here in Glen Rose, they proved that dinosaur and man walked on the earth together. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're talking about today. And just because these new tracks were found today, although there were no human tracks found, just recently there were just new dinosaur tracks found. But this is the history of Glen Rose. This is what made it world famous. Now, just really quick, since I've talked about him before, I just want to put in another plug for Dr. Kent Holden. I'm a fan. I subscribe to his YouTube channel. I suggest that you do. I don't agree with him. I did a video not on everything. I don't agree with him on everything. I did a video about one of his little videos about King James only. You can go back and look at that if you want. But even in that video, as I was correcting him on something that he had mentioned there, I mentioned, hey, I'm a fan of his. He teaches about, dinosaurs and young earth creation. I'm a young earth creationist. That's what I believe. I believe that the world is about 6,000 years old and that man walked the earth with dinosaurs. We're going to get more into that. But I just want to put in a plug for Dr. Kent Holden just because he has a bunch of videos out there teaching about this. Gives the science and history and stuff like that. He's great at it. This is what made him famous, was this. And he also runs in Alabama. He runs what's called Dinosaur Adventureland. I would suggest that anyone going through Alabama stop off at Dinosaur Adventureland and meet Dr. Kent Holden. I'll try to put a link in the description below for his YouTube channel, so all you can go there and check him out. I like him. Like I said, I subscribe to his channel, and he has great teachings on this subject. Now, first, I want to give you the history of the word dinosaur. First used by Sir Richard Owens in 1842. Here we go, right here. Now, let's learn a little bit about the history of the word dinosaur. The word dinosaur was invented in 1842 by Richard Owens, an evolutionist, meaning literally terrible, powerful, wondrous lizard. That's what the word dinosaur means. Prior to 1842, such animals and fossils of these animals were referred to as dragons In fact, the term dragon and dinosaur were used interchangeably in scientific writings throughout the 19th century. In China today, where dragon history is very rich, scientists still refer to these animals as dragons. Contrary to popular thought, dinosaur is a relatively new word and therefore is not found in the Bible, just as neither is automobile or computer. So it was invented in 1942. Okay, and let's see here. Let me just find where I am in my notes real quick. Okay, if the word was coined in 1842, and they called them dinosaurs before that. But I thought dragons, anytime anyone wrote about dragons in history, they always call them myths. Well, I suggest that all of you go search it. Don't take my word, but you guys should check out what these guys had to say about dragons. Herodotus, go check out what he wrote about dragons. Alexander the Great, go check what he wrote out. Aristotle, he writes about dragons. Marco Polo. And for our church friends, St. George. He writes about dragons, but not dragons from the Bible. Go check out what they write. And these guys here aren't known for writing about myth. And once you read, you'll find that it's not myth. They're not writing myth. Okay, I know dragons are supposed to be a myth, but read what they wrote and tell me if you think they're writing myths. Just go check it out. Go Google each one of them and see if they're writing myths or telling their stories. These people aren't known for telling myths. Okay, and then I also looked up, just for you guys out there, I also Googled, when was the first dinosaur fossil found? It was in 1824. Then explain the history of the dinosaurs. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Okay, so the first fossil was dug up in 1824. Yet, people were writing, just showed you a bunch of people were writing about dinosaurs. But yet, these people ain't known for but calling them dragons, and they ain't known for writing about myth. And if the first fossil was dug up in 1824, then what's the purpose of all of these? Where did all of these come from? Well, look at all these historical drawings and statues and little figures of dinosaurs and men with dinosaurs. Were they digging up the bones first? But science says that the first fossil was dug up in 1824. Then how did they know what dinosaurs were and what they looked like? You're going to have to riddle me that, Batman. You're going to have to riddle me that. But now that we had gone over a quick little history on dinosaurs and Glen Rose, Texas, and men walking with dinosaurs and the history of the word dinosaur and dragons. But what about the Bible? Because that's what we're here about. To bring every story back to the Bible. Now, I know people will disagree. They disagree here. But because I'm a young earth believer, so I take note of what's written in the book of Job. Let's talk about the Behemoth in Job 40:15 through 24, and the Leviathan in Job 41:18 through 19. Okay, let's read what it says about Behemoth. Job 40:15 through 24. 15 through 24. Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. With strength it has in its loins, with power in the muscles of his belly. Its tail sways like a cedar. The sinews of its thighs are close knit. Its bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. It, it ranks first among the works of God, yet its maker can approach it with his sword. The hills bring in their produce, and all the wild animals play nearby. Under the locust plants it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. The locust conceals it in their shadows. The purpose, the popular by the stream. Surround it, a raging river does not alarm it. It is secure, though the Jordan should rage against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes, or trap it and pierce its nose? The behemoth. Now, people want to try to make that symbolic. They also want to try to say, I believe some people try to say that it's a hippopotamus. But look at the description of it. Doesn't really sound like a hippopotamus. Eats grass, okay. Strength in its loins, power in its belly. Can make tail stiff as a cedar. A little hippopotamus. Let's pop up a picture of a hippopotamus. Does that tail look like it can stiffen up like a cedar to you? Sinews knit together, bones, tubes of bronze, and limbs, tubes of bronze. First of God's work. Mountains give him food. Does he live in the mountains? I've never heard of a hippopotamus living in the mountains. Gives him food, lies in plain reeds, marsh, storms. Don't scare him. Storms don't scare him. I don't live anywhere near hippopotamus. Do storms scare him? Maybe someone leave it in the comments. But it doesn't quite sound like a hippopotamus to me. Let's read about the Leviathan. Job 41:12 through 19. I will not fail to speak of Leviathan's limbs, its strength, and its graceful form. Who can strip off its outer coat? Who can penetrate its double coat of armor? Who dares to open the doors of its mouth, ridging about with fearsome teeth? Its back has rows of shields tightly sealed together. Each is so close to the next that no air can pass between them. They are joined fast to one another. They cling together and cannot be parted. Its snorting throws out flashes of light. Its eyes are like the rays of dawn. Flaming streams from its mouth, sparks of fire shoot out. Leviathan. Does that sound like any animal you've ever heard of? Just thought I'd point it out. I know some people like to try to make them more spiritualized. They try to, spiritualize these passages in Job. But did you also know that the Leviathan is also spoken of in Psalms 40:26? Let's read Psalms 104:26. Psalms 104:26. That reads, there the ships go to and fro, and Leviathan, which you formed to frolic there. It also speaks of the Leviathan in Isaiah 27:1. In that day the Lord will punish with his sword, his fierce, great, and powerful sword, Leviathan, the gliding serpent, Leviathan, the coiling serpent. He will slay the monster of the sea. Now, rather you want to spiritualize those, I just know people debate over them. Some say, hey, those were dinosaurs. And what did they call them before they were called dinosaurs? what did they call them before they were called dragons? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not too dogmatic about it, but I am a young Earth creationist. I do believe in that, and I do believe dinosaurs and humans, dragons and humans walk together. But that's my view. I hope that helps you out. And I'll close with reminding everyone out there to subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, share this video, because that's our goal here at the MNC, is to get souls saved. And you can help us do that simply by sharing the video. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Rumble. And with that, I'll remind everyone out there that we love you. And always remember, here's the bridegroom. Here's the bridegroom. Come on out to meet him. Come on out to meet him.